Dobrý deň, dámy a pani. I'm actually coming from Warsaw in Poland, which is not very far. I understand a little bit of Slovak language, but unfortunately it is not enough to actually do a business presentation, and even better to do the IT security presentation and talk about business. So I'll switch to English, and I will actually torture you with my broken English, because it is not my first language. But I have good news. It will only last for 20 minutes. So without any further ado, I will try to introduce myself while I think the slides are kind of being arranged. So hopefully they will appear on screen, and hopefully I'm not the reason of any kind of a DDoS attack or black screen of death or anything like that. So my name is Alexander Kroshkin. I'm a sales engineer at Imperva. All right, yeah, thank you. I'm the lucky guy. When I was preparing to this session, I was given information that I will be the only one speaking English, speaking non-local language. And I was trying to make kind of joke, like, what am I supposed to actually tell you? And luckily, I learned just a couple of minutes before this block number 4, there's Richard Palmer, who will also do the session in English language, so not the only one. I'm a little bit more than 6 years with Imperva, and what we usually do, the slides are back, so I think we have just recovered, and everything is all right. What we usually do in Eastern Europe, we introduce ourselves. So what we do in Imperva, we are a very focused company. We do few things, but we do them very well, and we are very focused in those areas. We do application security, and just to give you an example, those of you who were here at this conference last year, just raise your hands. Who was here last year? Okay. Many new people, many new opportunities. Thank you for coming. So just to give you an example, last year we actually secured the website of the conference, SecTec Securityday, with our Cloud WAF solution. And you don't have to take my words for granted. You can talk to Martin Matuszka, I think one of the most recognized people at this conference, an expert with our authorized distributor, SecTec. It took him literally 15 minutes to set up our Cloud WAF to protect the website of the conference and set it up in blocking mode in full protection. Today we deliver the full stack of application security capabilities. We help our customers, whether it is finance, whether it is government, whether it is utilities, whether it is e-commerce. We help them fight fraud. So many customers come to us in recent times saying that technologies like DDoS protection, which we have been delivering for almost 20 years now, and we protect our customers from any size of DDoS attacks and any number of DDoS attacks. They come to us saying that DDoS and web application firewall are not enough today, because many of them build their applications leveraging APIs. They exchange information using APIs with their partners, with their customers. And they talk to us about API security and the need for API security. So what we do, we provide you, security people, with full visibility into all of the traffic. And we will tell you, look, these are the websites, these are the endpoints which leverage APIs. We will tell you where the APIs are, what is the structure, what kind of calls you can expect, and we will tell you what are the risks associated with these APIs, and whether they expose any personal data, whether they use something like, for instance, no authentication. And better yet, when we tell you that these are the APIs which can be associated with some business risks, we will also give you that integration capability of looking into the bot protection. So we'll give you the ability to set up policies automatically protecting those APIs, sensitive APIs, protecting them from bots. And we have great stories with our application security stack. And the reason why we have application security is very, very simple. Because applications, and in particular web applications, are the most common interface today to data. And we believe that data is one of the most important assets of every organization. We believe that every organization needs data protection solution, because everyone needs to take good care of their data. Because data describes who you are. why you are better than your competition. Who do you work with? Who are your customers? Who are your partners? What are your opportunities? And we protect data and all paths to it. So when we sat together with SecTec, thinking, what do we want to tell you today in this very short session, which is already like only 14 minutes left, we thought maybe we talk about data security. And you can understand that I cannot deep dive into all of these technologies in just 20 minutes. So I will just spend a little bit of time with you talking about the data and how we protect it. So think about all of the crown jewels, all of the diamonds of your organization, the data, where it resides. It resides in all of your Oracles, SQLs, Mongos, AWS relationship data service, and so on, right? It resides in databases. How we help you providing visibility in who accesses the data, which data do they access, from where they do it, and what do they do with their data? What is the response they got? Did they get like 5 records or 5,000 records in response to their query? Well, we can do it in different ways. We can do it using agents, which you can install on database services. Apparently, you can ask a question, well, in cloud, when you use DB as a service, you don't have access to the operating system. There is no possibility to install an agent. Sure, we understand that. And we give you an agentless solution. And we give you a choice, a freedom to use either agent or agentless to get that 360-degree view of all the access patterns to data in your organization. And you have seen many slides talking about all the different challenges. I don't want you to bother with those. I will just tell you from my experience. You know, I've been working with customers for some time, and I have seen customers, you know, in like 2 main stages as far as their journey to data security is concerned. So the first stage, as I see it, is, you know, the customer who currently does not have a good data security solution. So when we meet these customers, when we sit together with you at the table, and we ask questions, do you understand where your data is? Do you understand where the sensitive data is? And how much of the sensitive data do you have? Do you have any sensitive data in the cloud? These are complex questions, because every environment is dynamic. You had 50 database servers yesterday, and today there will be new projects, you know, new virtual machines spinning up, you know, new initiatives in business which IT or security might not even be aware of. And that is stage 1. And then we work with the customers, and they decide on taking that road, you know, into the data security solution. And they go to stage 2. They implement the solution. They can implement Imperva database activity monitoring or Imperva database firewall if they want to prevent access to data in certain scenarios. And all of a sudden, in that stage 2, what happens? They did not have an understanding of their data and the access patterns and who accesses the data and how they do it. And now they have a solution, and when they have a solution, when they implement it, we ask, what do you want to monitor? Do you want to monitor privileged users? Do you have groups of users you are particularly interested in? The very common answer is, we want to monitor everything. And this is actually the default rule we have in our solution. The default rule is actually called default rule all events. So we will actually give you visibility into everything. And what happens in this stage 2, when you have the solution implemented? Well, there is a headache, because you come in the morning, you look at the console, and you have thousands of events. And how do you differentiate which access is good and which access is bad? That is difficult. It's even difficult just to go through all of these events. We have customers who have hundreds of database servers. They have like millions of events when they monitor everything. It is physically impossible to go through them and understand which access might be related to some anomaly, to some potential misuse of the data, maybe data leak. It is very difficult. And this is where the beauty of all the cool, new, modern technologies, which we've been talking about today, comes into play. Because we will provide a data risk analytics module on top of our data security solution, which will do all the dirty work, as I call it, all the dirty work. So with more than 20 years experience in data security, which we have got in Imperva, we will analyze all of those events which you collect, and we will see all the data access patterns, how your users access the data in your organization. And whenever we see any suspicious behavior, behavior which is not typical, we will let you know about that. And this is how we do it. We do that by implementing a couple of virtual machines. So you will put them into your environment. You can put that in a data center, you can put it in the cloud. And those virtual machines will work for a week, maybe 2 weeks, but usually after a week, after like 10 days, when we learn how your organization works in accessing the data, we will start providing you with very meaningful results, with very meaningful issues. And issues basically say that, look, we noticed some anomaly in data access here. That might be suspicious, and you probably want to have a look at that. So that from reactive security, where somebody implements database activity monitoring, he has got all the logs. These logs are stored somewhere. And if the audit comes, whether it is internal audit or external audit, and asks what Alexander was doing on September 1st from 9 o'clock in the morning until lunchtime. Here are the logs. Help yourself, right? This is the reactive approach. And what customers can do with the analytics, they can switch to the proactive approach when they see the anomalies basically happening in real time in their organization. And as you know, as attacks unfold, that usually does not happen like in just a couple of minutes. You can actually prevent an attack even before it starts happening. The analytics module does a great work because we've been doing this for many years. It takes into consideration user behavior context. It also takes into consideration applications. So we understand the application logic. We have a very good understanding and differentiation between the interactive user access and service accounts, because very often your systems are built in a multi-tier model where basically users go to application servers, and application servers will open a connection, to data, resources. So we do understand all of that. And whenever there is an administrator who will use, for instance, a service account to connect and try to exfiltrate the data, we will immediately let you know about that. We also do the sensitive data management. So whenever we will see a suspicious access to sensitive data, we will also immediately let you know about that. And the beautiful thing about that is there is no configuration required. Literally, you just put virtual machines in your environment, you wait a couple of days, and all of a sudden it just brings the results for you. And it requires almost no interaction from your side, so we don't want to keep you busy with configuring, implementing, fine-tuning policies, and doing all of that stuff. We have collected some great know-how in terms of how we actually go through all of those millions of events and understand where are the anomalies in data access. Because SQLs, they all look different. Like there are millions of SQLs, like which one is good and which one is bad. Alexander is the sales manager. He's working with our VIP customers, so he works with our systems, and he usually accesses the data of those VIP customers. He works with 15 of them. Yeah, these are the queries he sends to databases. And yesterday evening, like at 23 o'clock, 11 p.m., he sent a query, and he actually requested 10,000 records. Well, this is not normal business hours. He doesn't work at 11 p.m. This is what we learned. This is what we know. And this is not typical for his type of working, because usually he just works with 15 records, and yesterday he requested 15,000 of records, just to give you an example. And there are many outliers which we implement in our analytics module, which work perfectly, which require no configuration from your side. And this is actually the beauty of the solution, that there is no possibility to break it, and that is the reason it works perfectly. And for those customers who will say that those outliers are not enough, we have very specific use case which we want to monitor, and we would like your solution to let us know whenever this specific use case happens in the organization. We do have models which we can fine-tune for you and implement such use cases, so it is not a black box limited solution. We can also bring some new use case and behavior models together with you. All right. And with that, let's go next. If you can just switch to the next slides, please, that would be great. Yeah, this is just one of the examples of one of our customers. I cannot share the name, but this is one of the large financial institutions, international corporation. And before implementing Imperva, they basically had only a handful of data repositories monitored. And as you can imagine, we work with you, we work with our customers, and we see that the amount of information grows. The repositories grow, like data centers, public clouds and everything. But the IT departments, I mean, they do not grow. Like, we've been working with customers, they had like 5 or 15 or 30 people in IT security departments. Today, they are not like twice more people. They are roughly the same people. So they basically had one guy who was looking after Imperva and a bunch of other solutions, like probably most of you having different products implemented in your organization. And obviously, it was very difficult to get an understanding of what is happening in the organization as far as data usage and data access patterns are concerned. And obviously, when you have thousands of alerts every day, it's physically not possible to go through them. And if you don't have that understanding, it is easy to miss very important information. Oh, thank you. It's a new one. Yes. Excellent. After they implemented Imperva data security solution, they were able to cover half of their database environment. So they are not done yet. They are in the middle of their journey, and they continue to expand. So with the same amount of resources, it's still just part-time job of one of the security engineers. Instead of going through thousands of alerts, with the analytics module, he just gets to those like 10, 15 issues a day. And for me, like if I see like 10 different incidents, I mean, I can go through them. I can understand what's going on, and I can take an action. And that is how they recognized the significant incidents which happened in their organization. You probably know the saying which goes like, it is difficult to find an eagle in a haystack. So what they said, we did not find an eagle in our haystack. We found something different. And we were like, okay. We are very happy. Why? Because we did not even know, we were not aware that we have such things in our haystack, in our environment. Good. How we do that? Usually when I present from my computer, I'm not a big fan of slides, so I just go into the product and show what are the capabilities and how you can actually take advantage from them. Today I'm not presenting from my computer, as you can see, so I just made a couple of screenshots. And the only reason I wanted to show you a couple of screenshots is that the interface is very easy to read. Raise a hand if you are a DBA, if you are a database administrator. Do we have database administrators? All right. Just a couple of hands. You don't have to be a database administrator to understand what is going on. Everything is explained in a plain language. I hope you can read through it even from the back. So this particular incident talks about suspicious database command execution. I don't have to know which command is actually suspicious. So it says that interactive, non-application, so it is a real user 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗰, executed the command that is highly suspicious in nature, and even more, he has never executed this command before. So we have never seen such a behavior from him. You have immediate link how to investigate this incident, which will take you to our knowledge base, where we exactly describe what is the incident, what are the implications, what you can do about that. If you want to whitelist it, if it is like a typical behavior in your organization, this is how you do that. And you also have got this additional information, why believe it is important, what influenced the severity of this incident. And then you have all the details. And you can look from different angles. You can look, and understand what are the issues. You can also see the top, risky data sources, or like top risky users, and you can dive deeper and see what kind of activities they perform. In this particular case, you see that the guy connected from Windows 7 workstation with this particular IP. He used Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. We even have got the exact query. So you can actually see what is happening with data access patterns in real time in your organization. And we do that with those analytics engines, which implement all these new modern technologies we've been talking about today for like almost a full day. And we help you so that you can actually focus on more important things. We get all the data access patterns, thousands or millions of different events. We go through them, we do all this dirty work, using all the know-how we collected about the data access patterns and all the different malicious behaviors. We use machine learning and some other cool stuff to go through all of those events, and we will show you the incidents which are happening, which we believe are worth looking in order to prevent any misuse of the data, any malicious activity, any activity which might be leading to data leakage or whatever else which might, harm the reputation of the company or have any other negative consequences. With that, I thank you very much for your attention. It was great seeing you here and participating in this wonderful event. I wish you a great evening, and if you will want to learn more about Imperva, don't hesitate to reach out to us, to reach out to our excellent distributor here locally in Slovakia, which is SecTec, organizer of this conference. Enjoy the evening and see you next time. Thank you.
A váš potlesk patrí Alexandrovi Kroshkinovi zo spoločnosti Imperva. Thank you very much.